Hello there, this is Cindy at cindybdesigns.com. We're going to be finishing up the Perennial birthday card kit. That's the first card that we're going to be making. Feel free to add any embellishments that you want. There's a lot of gold in this kit, so I decided to add some sequins here and there. So we are going to be starting off with the Flirty Flamingo cardstock. That is landscape. Make sure the top's at the top. I loaded up the back of that panel with Stampin' Dimensionals. I'm going to center it, and you want to put it up and down, side to side, even dimensions all the way around. I have a piece of that 5/8 inch gold ribbon that comes in a kit. And again, that was also in the holiday catalog. I'm going to cut that and add some fast fuse to the back of it. In the middle, I'm going to add more. On the sides, just a little bit, because I don't want anyone to see it, and with the middle we are going to be covering. So once again, I'm going to go ahead and just lay that down, get it nice and secure, give her a good press. I'm going to pull in that little wavy banner now. Now the stamp is not curved, but you can lay it down just fine on there. That is Dapper Denim ink. And everything, once again, comes from the Perennial birthday stamp set. So let the ink soak in a little bit. Watch your corners. You don't want it ending up on your project. And you will be just fine. I'm going to put dimensionals on the back of that, tie my bow, and we're going to finish up this card. There is my bow. It's a little bit longer, and I have it on my pokey tool to get everything lined up. So I'm bringing the card back in. I'm taking the dimensionals off of the back, laying that down, or trying to. Then I'm going to pop that bow right underneath there. Trim it up. And then I'm going to add 3 sequins in a triangle formation, and I just grabbed those sequins from my leftover paper pumpkin. They were also in the holiday catalog. I hang on to that stuff, and I'm using mini glue dots to get those on. I'm going to sneak that little one right up underneath there, and there is our very first card. Going to move on to Happy Birthday now, and I finally figured out what that was for. Those are the materials that we will need for our second card. This is going to be a portrait card with an old olive base. And again, that's in the kit. It's going to be left side folding. With that, I don't even know what to call it. I just punched out or poked out the insides of it. There is a right and wrong side of that. The wrong side is going to be rough. The right side is going to be smooth. I'm adding some glue to the back. I'm not one to use glue on my cards, but I kind of wanted a little bit of wiggle room this time around. So I'm going to go ahead and lay that down once again, top to bottom, side to side, center up. I'm grabbing an acrylic block to let that set up so we can move on to the next part of this card. We are going to be stamping that large happy birthday sentiment in Dapper Denim ink. And with large stamps like that, I do like to turn them over, as you're seeing right now, inking them up. I'm breaking my own rule here by not wiping off the sides of all that ink. I do recall sweating a little bit, hoping that nothing went down on my little banner. Letting the ink soak in again a little bit, nice press and perfect. I love how that turned out, and I was very happy it turned out great. So I'm going to be pulling back in the rest of the card. This, out of all the cards that we made, this one is more, for lack of a better term, labor intensive. I've already gone ahead and put dimensionals on the back of all 3 balloons, and I'm going to be peeling off the bottom, as you can see there. Sorry, I got a text and I had to look. I'm going to be pulling in that Dapper Denim baker's twine. And I am going to be using the directions this time around with this card. For the placement, I'm going to lay all those balloons down. You're going to see me do one, but what's really critical about that is that you make sure that your strings are cut. I would cut them right off the roll, and there you see how it all turned out. I'm going to go ahead and grab those little stickers there, and then I realized once I put this in the mail, it's going to stick down all the way, and I don't want it to stick down all the way. I just need that little teeny tiny top. So I'm grabbing my embossing buddy, and I'm going to kill the sticky on the back, except for the top. If you accidentally go overboard, grab a glue dot, pop it on there, you're good. Now is the string part. I'm going to put what we call the bones from some mini Stampin' Dimensionals on the back of that banner. Cut off the excess. I'm going to peel it off. I'm going to pull those strings down, get them lined up, and you want to pull them down tight, not to where it's going to wipe your card out or anything like that, but you need them taut. Going to be placing my sentiment banner right in the middle there. I'm grabbing a little bit more of that Dapper Denim baker's twine, and I am going to tie a bow around that, and then I'm going to end up cutting the bottom of the twine to where it's even with the bottom of the card. So now we're finishing up our second card, snipping the ends, and of course I have to mess with the bow and make sure everything's perfect, and that is our second card. I really like it, and I hope that you do too. For our third card, this one's really easy to do. I've already gone ahead and pre-cut the gold ribbon for you. And the first thing I'm going to do, once again, that's going to be a landscape A2 size card. Folding at the top. I'm going to grab my old olive ink and another sentiment from the Perennial birthday. Get that nice and inked up. Make sure it's right side up. And get that centered right down there. Once again, I like to hold the ink down to let it soak in, and it's perfect. I love the way that that turned out. I'm going to go ahead and close up my ink pad, bring my card base back in, and get that ribbon down so we can go ahead and get this card finished up. Watch out for that string cheese with fast fuse. It happens, and it can be kind of messy and ugly a little bit. So now I am laying down the ribbon, once again, top to bottom, side to side. I'm going to try and lay it down, but you can easily pick it up and move it around if you need to. Find your landmarks. That's one thing that I didn't do with that card there. I am going to load up the back of that image panel with a ton of dimensionals, and I am tying Dapper Denim twine again around the center of that. I'm going to put down a little bit of fast fuse right in the middle so my twine stays down and I can actually tie the bow. That's going to be towards the right of the card that you can tell there, and I will be doing that off screen. And I adhered our panel to the front of the card. And there we go. She is a beauty. We're going to move on to our fourth and last card now. I love that one. Portrait style. A2, left side folding. This is where we're going to use the tag. I'm going to put down A little bit of adhesive on the back of the tag to keep that straight as I do my stamping. We're going to have 3 different images on this. I'm going to be putting down my happy birthday sentiment in Dapper Denim. And I'm using my Stamp-A-Jig here because my tag is small, but it fits everything on beautifully and it works. And once again, I'm just letting that ink sink in. I have that flower. And remember, you can pick and choose whatever you want the stamp set to use. You do not have to go by the quote-unquote rules of the kit. I'm going to lay down that flirty flamingo flower with a Stamp-A-Jig. And then I'm going to grab a leaf here in a minute after I let the ink soak in again. Or am I going to go to the dot? Those dots right there, stickers. You're going to want to put that right in the middle of that flower there because they line up perfectly. I really wanted to put that on dimensionals, but it is so small and it's a pain. I respect my limits. I mean, there's just certain things I'm not going to do or go there when it comes to crafting, and I think that we all kind of have that breaking point a little bit to where, okay, I'm not doing this. And that's how easy it is to get that sticker on. So now we are going to go ahead and finish up this card. I'm making my little loop with the gold ribbon, and you're going to see me line it up. I'm sorry I'm out of frame. And I'm going to pick it up exactly in the position that I want it in because I need to put down some fast views to keep it down. And since we are putting the tag over it, I'm not really worried about anybody seeing it. I'm going to put down another strip of fast views just so I can get that nice loop at the top and have that ribbon line up very nicely down the right side of the card. Then I will be grabbing my pokey tool in a minute here and then sticking it through the end of that loop just to, well, make it a loop. I am going to bring back in my tag. 2 ways you can do this. You can go ahead and tie a bow, pop it onto a glue dot, or go ahead and put it through the top there. I decided to go ahead and use the bow, and I do have dimensionals on the back of that. I'm putting down a glue dot and I'm going to put my bow right up the top there, and we're done. We made 4 cards out of this kit, 16 cards total. Now each one of those you can make 4 of, but I think they turned out I love it. They're easy to make. They turned out really nice. Like I said, great gift. They coordinate beautifully, but they're not so matchy-matchy to where it'll drive you nuts. And once again, there is our very sturdy box. I'm going to go ahead and pull out those dividers and where the numbers are. I think I mentioned this in my opening video. That's where you write down the day whose birthday it is as a reminder. I wanted to go ahead and put down those stickers for you so you can see what it's going to look like once you put everything inside the box. And I'm only going to go to March because that's all you're really going to see from the front of it. So I do hope that you have enjoyed this video of these cards. Don't forget to check out part 1 and enter in my giveaway to win this fantastic card kit. Like I said, you're going to love it. Great gift. It is so cost effective, so don't forget to leave me a comment on both videos, blog post, Instagram, Facebook, just go for it. And once again, I want to thank you for stopping by so much to visit me. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe. If you need a catalog, please don't hesitate to contact me if you're in the US, and I will do what I can for you. Thank you again for joining me today. God bless, and I will see you again the next time.